Well, we're going to pretend that we're on. Hey, everybody.
I heard go
we're
ahead.
On.
That means we're
4:37 here on our Monday. I'm Eric. That's John. How about this shot, John?
This is like, what, late April? You know,
Yeah.
the only thing we really need is a little green on the trees, and it would be late April. This is stunning for this time of year.
Yeah.
Purely stunning.
And there's no ice balls out there? You know,
No, I mean...
Pier is largely ice-free?
Yeah, I was on Irondequoit Bay yesterday, and I saw plenty of ice, and they had 6 inches of it. I'm sure there's some still there, but it's a lot thinner. Don't go out on the ice.
Now, speaking of ice, the difference between now and what you saw a year ago is remarkable.
Staggering.
It's amazing.
So late last January, coming into early February, this was the scene at Webster Park, at the pier there. They had so much ice, and the wind chill back that week was well below zero, bone-chilling cold. Same perspective today.
Wow.
And now that ice is gone. I mean, this was this morning I took this. Just a night and day difference in the two winter seasons year to year. Another perspective would be Soda's Point. A year ago, it was almost unbearable to be out there to be shooting this stuff. And then fast forward to yesterday, same outer light and a dusting of snow on the walkway there on the pier, but safe enough for a family to go out and sit down for a while at the light and then retreat back to their car. Just a night and day difference, a tale of two seasons, if you will.
You ever see the movie Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what some of those shots remind me of.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I'm a little encouraged, I think, by what you're going to talk about here, but I don't know.
Yeah, this gets more interesting, we think, by Wednesday night and beyond. Temps now still 51 in Dansville. It's still 54 in Elmira. Nobody's below freezing, mind you, across western New York. That will change again tonight. I think a lot of us will end up dropping through the 30s. You probably dip down close to the freezing mark tonight. And by tomorrow morning, I think we're going to have some precip that we get to talk about. Now, the last time that you saw us, either over the weekend or late last week, we had told you beginning tomorrow, beginning Tuesday, that's going to be your first opportunity for this lobe of moisture to work through. Now, that's going to happen, but look at what this is right now. You know, it's raining lightly east of St. Louis, but there's not that much that's showing up there. We think that's about how the first lobe of this is going to go. Futurecasts will thicken the clouds up tonight. Watch early tomorrow morning. This is about 9 a.m. You know, we're 31 in Dansville, 33 in Rochester, but there's not that much precip around. So we'll call it a light chance for a wintry mix. Most of that will end up staying across the southern tier. If you're near or north of the thruway, very little in the way of anything tomorrow. Better chances for something off into the southern counties. And then we go just colder and dry on Wednesday. Now, this looks like a day that we can relax. I think Wednesday, the most important thing, John, that we're going to be watching is this number here. How warm do we end up getting Wednesday afternoon? Because that's going to play into how cold we are by Wednesday night as this more significant lobe of moisture comes in. This is now 1:30, and you know, if we're in the upper 20s all day for highs on Wednesday, that's going to be snow. Yeah. So you would end up starting this off with a period of snow. This is what makes me a little nervous here for Thursday morning. This is about 7 a.m. I have this bad feeling Thursday morning's commute is going to be a tough one for the area. You know, it's a slam dunk here that we're going to have a bunch of precip around. Sure. What we don't know is what the precip is going to be, but the odds are it's going to be one of three things. It's either going to be snow, sleet, or freezing rain by that point, and none of those are going to be a whole lot of fun to be driving in for the Thursday morning commute. The going notion into the late morning and afternoon is enough warm air maybe overrides this to turn it over to a period of rain. Sure. And then we get yet another low that will ride up along that axis of active weather, and that will allow some snow to redevelop by Thursday night and into Friday. And some of that could accumulate too. What are the chances that it doesn't turn to rain, it stays all snow? It's possible. It is possible. Well, the chances that it doesn't turn to rain are different than the chances that it stays all snow. I think if we don't get it to turn to rain, you're still not looking at an all snow scenario. No. There's so much warm air being thrown aloft. At least
and the ground's warm right now.
And the ground is warm right now too. But even if we ended up not getting much or any rain out of this, you're still going to go snow to wintry mix and then back to snow. Very hard to imagine this is an all snow affair with what we're seeing now. It's amazing, really. And to be honest, that might be a bigger problem out of this. I think I would almost prefer this to be all snow than going snow and then freezing rain on top of it, and then get more snow on top of that. That's going to be tougher. So based on what I'm seeing here, Friday morning, pretty much a slam dunk for a snowy white Friday morning? No, and I wouldn't even go so far to say that either. Most of our reliable guidance suggests this new low comes in and we've got enough moisture here, but not all of it does. So if this low ends up taking a track like toward New York City, most of your heavier snow is going to fall out here, toward Albany.
Sure.
So we got to figure out where that secondary low goes. And we've been saying this since last week. Multiple lows are going to track along that. And we got to know where each one of them, the exact placement is. And that's going to be the fun roll of the dice here. I think it's likely that we end up tapering this off as snow for Friday morning.
Right.
But, the farther out we go, obviously, the more ambiguity we're going to get. And then we go much colder. Now, impacts out of this, still very early on in the game. Remember, it's only Monday, so the confidence here is still pretty low. I don't want to go too gung-ho with this. But your snow, ice, and rain, all three are still in play. Does this look like an ice storm? No. Right now, I don't think it does look like an ice storm. Does this look like a storm that could have a problem with ice? Yes. And a problem with ice could be just a few hundred of an inch.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And I could very easily see that happening.
Okay.
So that Thursday morning especially, just put that in the back of your mind.
Thursday morning,
you got somewhere that you want to go, know that Thursday morning could be a really slow go of this. Beyond that, we go briefly colder on Saturday. You're looking for more of this. There's really not a ton of deep Arctic air. It's out there, but we kind of alluded to this last week, you and I, when we did one of these digital videos here, that it looks like the pattern into February is you've got this active zone that is parked very close to us. What that would inherently mean is you don't get too warm and you don't get too cold, but you're going to be really wet.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the trade-off with this. We may avoid some of the pure Arctic air largely, but you're going to have a very busy 8-day forecast, I think, for a while as we get these multiple shots that come through.
All right. Well, we'll see.
We shall see where this goes.
Yeah, I'm excited to do this tomorrow at this time because
we'll know a
lot of
more
variables
tomorrow.
at play here.
Yeah, we use the NAM models is one that it's a medium range. It goes out, I think, like 84 hours or something like that. So we're only barely scratching, the core of this with that. By tomorrow, that model is, we're in the wheelhouse of that, and we're going to get a better feel of where this goes.
I'm excited
So
for it.
We'll see you at 5.
Take care.